A selection of 14 trash shooters for weak PCs. Part 3. The world's repository of trash shooters is not skimpy, delighting players with simple and uncomplicated entertainment. So, let's start with the next selection of trash shooters. Die Hard Academy Plaza is a 2002 game by Piranha Games. An 18-year-old game based on the film of the same name with Bruce Willis. Locations that have analogs in the film are well developed, and everything else is a set of gray rectangles. The game was designed for fans of the movie Die Hard. Terminator 3. War of the Machines is a 2003 game from Atari. The 17-year-old game can only delight fans of Schwarzenegger, as the game can be played as a cyborg T-800. There is no single company here. This is a multiplayer game with the ability to drive on 12 maps against bots. Probably all the money was spent on the right to use the image of Arnie, because there was not enough money for textures and models. Boomer, Torn Towers is a 2003 game from the Russian studio Gaijin Entertainment. The graphics are comparable to Need for Speed 2. The game was created with the participation of Dmitry Puchkov Goblin. He voiced 4 characters in the film himself, trying to change the intonation of each character. Sometimes shows cue to every Russian heart birches. World War II Sniper Call to Victory is a 2004 game from Jarhead Games. In Russia, it was published by a soft club called Sniper, Roads of War. The game uses DirectX 8, so it will run even on Windows 98. This is an extremely low-budget shooter dedicated to the working days of an American sniper in Normandy. Marine Sharpshooter 2, Jungle Warfare is a 2004 game from Jarhead Games. The story is about how the United States sends snipers to the Banana Republic to save civilians from the bloody dictator there. All vegetation is the same color, and a single music track is played throughout the game. But it'll do for a change. Battle Strike, The Road to Berlin is a military field shooting range from City Interactive, released in 2005. A series of cards replaces each other. On each card the player is fixed rigidly and must shoot the crowd scrolling from different sides. The graphics are tolerable. Battle Strike, The Siege is a sequel to Battle Strike, The Road to Berlin, released in 2005 by City Interactive. The meaning and graphics remain the same. We sit at the gun and shoot at the approaching enemies. Conspiracy, Weapons of Mass Destruction, a 2005 game from Kuja Studio, called in Russia, Marine Against Terrorism 4, Hydra Must Die. A good example of a trash shooter, soapy textures, stupid enemies, a simple story about saving the world from terrorists. What else you need to pass the evening? The Royal Marines Commando is a 2008 game from City Interactive. Game based on the Second World War. Tasks are standard: blow up the tank, bring the document, run away from there, save someone. The plot is based on the fictional Operation Console. Battle Strike Shadow of Stalingrad is a 2009 game from the famous Polish trash studio City Interactive. The game has only 8 levels, about 2 hours of play. The surroundings are gloomy. But about Stalingrad. Armed Forces Corp, a 2009 game from City Interactive named in Russia Mercenaries. Business at Gunpoint. We play as a mercenary named Rico. With us 2 more of the same mercenaries. Our 3-person team was hired to get an important electronic key. It will take about an hour to pass. Alcatraz is a 2010 game from City Interactive. Like most games in this studio, this one uses the F.E.A.R. engine. The game is based on the movie The Rock, but the plot does not echo it in any way. The former US general got nuclear missiles, dug in with them on the island of Alcatraz and now threatens the whole world, and you must clear the island of enemies and prevent an explosion. Georgia Police is a 2011 game made by the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Georgia. Uses the newfangled Unreal Engine. But this does not save the game. The passage will take about half an hour. The special feature of the game is that the menu text and voice acting are only in Georgian, so you will have to act at random. Georgia Police 2 is a 2011 game made in the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Georgia. Everything is the same as in the first part, but the game is about 4 times longer, not 15 minutes, but an hour. All text and dialogues are still in Georgian. Game from Georgians for Georgians. But you can try.